Everybody, and welcome to FTL, otherwise known as Faster Than Light. I've played this game a decent bit, actually, but quite recently there has been a free release of new content, stuff that I have not seen. And I'm actually I've actually already wiped my file, so I have nothing here in this game. It's really fun. You can look at the stats. I've got nothing. I've only got the Kestrel Cruiser. Don't even have Type B. No records of any kind. No achievements. So we're just gonna go with it. Start with a new game. So because this is my first time playing with this file, it's been giving me tutorial stuff. I'm actually going to go easy. Don't yell at me. I know easy is easy, but easy in FTL is basically normal on any other game. Normal is hard. It's just kind of how it works. I am also really lazy, and I don't like to have to remember these people's names. That's good. You're the pilot. We don't have any of the new subsystems that are claimed to be in this game to start with, which I'm not surprised with. You're gonna be the gunner. You're the gunner, and you are going to be our shields guy. This basically just means that when I look at them, I can very easily parse where they belong. So let's get started. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. So, the premise of this game is we are this ship, which in this case is the Kestrel. We have a ship with crew and equipment, go figure. And our goal is to escape the rebel forces, which are pursuing us, and get back to the Federation base with this secret information that we have discovered. Over the course of the game, we're going to go from planet to planet, and basically there's going to be different events in each place. Let's power my weapons, because it's good to have them powered. The way that this works is, our hull is up here. It says current hull integrity. If it drops to 0, the ship is destroyed. 0. This is how much scrap we have. Scrap is basically currency in this game. It allows you to upgrade your ship. As you can see, it would cost me 25 to upgrade this, 35 this. Everything's got the level of scrap labeled for how much it would take to upgrade. We can have up to 8 crew on this ship. I can dismiss any of these at any point in time. Usually having more crew is better. There are various things that will let you have more crew. This is the equipment. I can have up to 4 weapons. There are other systems. In this case, drones is a system that would have up to 4 possible things I could put in here that I can buy and or find during my trip, but I have to get the subsystem first. There are general augmentations that all do something different with your ship, and then you have cargo just in case you pick up a 5th weapon or something. There are shops and stuff along the way that you can use to sell stuff and buy other stuff. Basically, the shield system, for every 2 points in here, you get a shield up here, which you'll see how those work in combat in a minute. Engines, they decrease the time in which it takes to charge your FTL, which is your faster than light drive, the eponymous part of the game. And if you're in a fight that you don't think you can win, you can always jump away from it, assuming that they don't have a special augmentation that prevents you from doing so. But this also gives you a percentage chance to dodge things shot at you. Your engines are better, you can fly faster, you can dodge out of the way of missiles and other stuff. However, it is only applied if you have somebody piloting. As you can see here, you need a pilot to function, but if you upgrade your steering system, you get a portion of the evasion that you would normally get. Oxygen is just how fast oxygen fills up the ship, how fast it recharges. Weapons control is how much power you are allowed to have in the system. Right now I'm at 3. I'll get to power in a moment here. And medbay increases, the more it's upgraded and the more it's powered, the more healing it does per second. So you can get it up to 3 times as much healing. The reactor is where you get all your power. Right now I am sitting at 8 bars of power. It will take me 20 to add more. All these prices increase the more you add. Sensors let you see enemy ships. It basically just gives you a window into what they're doing, how they're functioning, so you can kind of get what to expect from them when they're fighting you. The door system, there are occasionally boarding parties that will get aboard your ship. If you don't have an improved door system, they can just walk from room to room like you can. Blast doors will prevent them from moving, but they can be damaged, basically, and forced open. And improved blast doors are just take more damage. So these are all the systems that I currently have. Now power. Power is assigned in these bars. As you can see, this is the generator. I can turn off all of my shields, all of my engines, the med bay, all my weapons, and my oxygen, and I have 8 bars. And as you can see, the oxygen starts dropping because my crew members are using oxygen. So I'll turn that back on first. That allocates 1 bar of power. If I allocate 2 to the shields, I get my shield back. You can't put single bars into the shields, you have to put double. Because I have my engine off, I cannot jump. Something else that's important to note is that if the pilot isn't in there, the pilot, you can't jump either. So because I've got a pilot in the cockpit and the engine's powered, I can jump. The med bay is right here. If one of my guys gets injured, which will happen at some point or other, I can drop them in the med bay, and then it'll slowly heal them up. You can see he's at 100 health. All 3 of these guys are humans, so they're all at 100 health. And weapons. Basically, when you power weapons... I don't know if power. I'm presuming because... yeah, my engines are only powered by 1. So basically, when they're powered, they slowly charge up. And if I had an enemy ship here, because this one is full, I could click on that enemy ship and I would fire at it. I'll go into weapons a little bit later, but that's the real basis behind your ship. It's a good, simple function. This is how much fuel you have every time you jump. It costs fuel. This is how many missiles you have. Some weapons, like the Artemis, use missiles. And this is how many drone parts. You need drone parts to use drones. So if I ever get a drone system, you'll see me trying to get those. This is the map. This is the entrance to the next sector. So when I jump here, I will have the option to jump to the next sector. There is a rebel force that's probably like right here chasing me. The more I go from place to place, from beacon to beacon here, the further they come. If they ever catch up to you, you will be fighting rebel ships, which basically just means that you're not actually getting a benefit out of the system. If your ship gets ridiculously strong and you're ridiculously lucky, you can just like eat those rebel ships alive. But basically every single time you defeat them, at least the last time I played, every single time you defeat one of those rebel ships, you basically just get 1 fuel to pay for the jump. So it could be worse, but you could get nothing. But you usually tend to run from those engagements because those rebel ships are not pansies. Like most of my other roguelike strategies, I tend to explore as much as I possibly can, so I'm actually going to go to this unvisited location. So we have met an enemy ship, and basically they kind of talk here. Right now the game is paused. I can press space to resume and pause. You will need to use this a lot. So they said, okay, I recognize this ship as a well-known slave trader. He hails me and offers me laborers for cheap. So obviously slaving is bad, so I can either ignore them and continue, or I can attack them. And I'm going to attack them, because I think slaving is bad. So, I've paused the game, everything's paused, nothing's happening. So then comes combat. As I said, my weapons are going to charge, and actually I'm just going to let them charge. He's going to start shooting at me. He's got a missile launcher and a laser, basically exactly what I have. It's a heavy laser, actually. So, I've taken some damage, 1 point of hull damage. And this is a leak into space. Now, I don't much mind this having a leak in it. So, I'm going to select my missile, because missiles can go through shields, and I'm going to target the shield. I wait for the shield to hit, so the shield is damaged. As you can see, this door opened. He's probably sending somebody to repair those shields. But while those shields are being repaired, I'm going to target their weapons. As you can see, the symbols are the same on each ship. Steering, this was shields, obviously you can't see it now. Weapons, oxygen, engines. If I hit weapons, When a room is damaged, it removes the amount of energy that you can put into it. It removes some of it, based on how damaged it is. So I'm going to let these lasers fire. So, I've caused them to surrender. They're afraid. They're at 2 hull. So they say, we'll surrender. Take one of our slaves as tribute. If you destroy us, they'll all die anyway. This makes sense to me, so I will accept their offer. So I get Zin Zin. Zin Zin is an engineer, I believe. That's his... So basically, he's an engineer. He, by some form or other, is better at repairing stuff, I believe. So I'm actually going to put him in here. Every race has a downside and a good side. So he's bad at combat. Like, he does less damage, but he heals. So as you can see, this symbol, this coloring, basically just indicates that that room didn't have any oxygen in it. And it is slowly increasing back up to normal. As you can see, my oxygen on my ship. Since he was damaged, I'm healing him up. So he's going to be my engine guy for now. There are a few things that your people can become good in. Piloting, engines, shields, weapons, repairing, and fighting. That's listed from top to bottom. The more they do it, the better they get. So none of these guys really have any experience just yet because they've barely done anything. But as they go, you'll see that the pilot will get good at the piloting skill. The gunner will get better at weapons. Basically just makes weapons charge faster. So you can see he has experience 2 out of 65. He's at experience 0 out of 15. Yeah. Shields, basically they just recharge faster, so as you saw, his laser took down my shield. Basically every level absorbs 1 hit. So we'll jump to the next sector. Nebulas are usually bad. The rebel fleet gets to you slower if you go to them, but they can be really dangerous. I'm sure we'll see that at some point. So I detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. So basically the risk reward here is if I intervene, this thing's going to shoot at me. If I don't intervene, I'm not going to lose anything, but if I successfully destroy this, I'll probably get some bonus. So I'm going to fight. Got some nice combat music. So basically, we're just waiting for our weapons to charge. He's shooting an ion blast. That basically does ion damage to this room. So as you can see, I can't put a point of energy in to put up that second shield. His other weapon is a laser weapon, which I don't have yet. It basically streaks across rooms and does damage. So my oxygen is damaged right now. But I actually have my burst laser up. He doesn't have any shields, so I'm going to just shoot right at this. Because if I can take out his weapons, I won't have to waste any missiles. So I missed, but that's okay. I'm going to have him repair this. So, because he's busy repairing his weapons, even though it's automated, I can just put a target on there, and the next time this fully charges, it'll automatically shoot. Or I can wait for paused. Something like using missiles to hit the shield generator and then immediately firing the burst laser. Because their charge times aren't the same, it's usually good to wait until they're both charged and then paused. So here I got 1 fuel, 1 drone part, and 14 scrap. That's good. Considering I took a few hull damage, it's not that bad. And then the outpost thanks me with 3 fuel, some drone parts, and some even more scrap, which is great. 65 scrap's not bad. So we'll jump. Okay, so here's a store. I'm gonna go here first. We don't see the rebels yet, and if I can pick up some more scrap, I might be able to buy something useful from the store. In fact, I'm even gonna go all the way back here. I'm a little crazy when it comes to getting the most out of your weapons. So, a rebel scout is on attack approaching to a small refueling outpost. Their weapons are charged, but they're not firing yet. So I'm going to defend. So they have a drone. That's this drone. This drone is a laser drone. So it's going to sit there and, yeah, shoot lasers. Now, beam weapons don't necessarily go through shields. Oh boy. So, yes, repair that oxygen. So I actually have my stuff. So I'm going to shoot a missile at his shields. And then lasers at weapons. So he can no longer use that. That's bad. Go fix that. If I don't have to use my missiles, I don't want to. This isn't actually doing anything bad for me. So he's repaired that, and bam, I destroy it. So you quick heal yourself. So I salvage what I can. I get another fuel, drone part, and some scrap. Nice. So, and then they help me some more. So definitely some risk there. I'm almost at a third health. No, I'm almost at 2/3 health. I'm actually at about 5/6. So, see, here's the rebel force. I'm gonna go here, pick up some more scrap since I can't get directly to the store. So this one is trying to jump away. It says enemy FTL charging. So I actually want to immediately shoot at the engines and with both. So I kill it with one barrage. That was fantastic. So if it had gotten away, that fleet would start approaching me faster and faster. So their ship breaks apart, and I feel relief in the knowledge that hopefully I will still be one step ahead of the fleet. So I got 2 missiles, which is good. I'm up to 5. I got some drone parts, which I can't use yet, but also some scrap. Sorry, I'm up to 7. So now I'm going to go to the store. There is usually never any conflict at the stores. There's only one other ship at this beacon, and it is showing heavy damage. You receive a message on your console. Greetings, traveler. We were crippled by a band of pirates and are now forced to sell our remaining valuable equipment to acquire the necessary supplies to get home. So, this is what I can get. This is what I can buy. I can also sell what I have, but I don't want to. In fact, I would love another burst laser. I can't use it just yet, but lasers don't take any damage. Or they don't take any missiles or anything like that. I could also just buy the subsystem drone control. I don't have any drones though, so it's not useful. It does come with one free drone schematic, but now I basically can't afford any of this. So I'm going to pass. My current hull is 25. That's fine. Now, I can't actually use this because I haven't upgraded the system. If I upgrade the system once, then I could pull power from somewhere else. And probably will, actually. I'm going to upgrade that. I'll take one out of the med bay. I won't power my missile launcher, and I'll power the other burst laser. So now I've got 2 burst lasers. They are the exact same, so they'll charge in the exact same amount of time. The only reason they're not here is because this one started charging while I was buying. And these will fire really fast, and I can probably get through shields in one barrage without having to waste a missile. Because missiles are pretty valuable. So this one specifically has distress. I'm going to go there, mostly because I like helping people. So there's a small lab fire, and their fire suppression system isn't working. So I could send my crew in a shuttle to try and help put out the fire, or I could dock and try to rescue survivors. Basically, each one of these has a risk-reward table. Like, there's X% chance of this happening. So I'm going to do this. So I got the highest concentration of life forms. I went along the station. Before I can begin to offload the survivors, a huge blast of fire splits the station apart. Your ship is thrown away, and some debris pierces your hull. You watch helplessly as the last survivors are consumed in the collapse of the station. So I managed to salvage 11 scrap, but unfortunately I didn't get to help anybody. I'm gonna go here. I can still hit that other distress beacon. An advanced rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small space station. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. Yeah, I would love a military why do I say cache? A military cache of, well, yeah. So I'm gonna wait till these are both charged. Oh, that missile hurts. Go fix that. I'm just gonna come fully to bear on the weapons. So I've disabled the weapons. I didn't disable the shields, but I figure my weapons will be back up and running by the time they repair those weapons, which is, yeah. So that was easy. I did take some damage, which was unfortunate. So I investigate the station, and I've gotten an anti-personnel drone, as well as some extra scrap. And I can sell that drone if I decide not to go for that sort of strategy. Rebels still aren't all that close. Let's check this place out. Oh man, we prepare to fight because these Zoltans, they want to get mean. So he's got a heavy laser and an ion blaster. I'm going to follow the same strategy of going. They're afraid of us. They want to live. So, if I take this offer, I'll get 4 fuel, 4 missiles, and 12 scrap. If I refuse the surrender, I'll have to continue fighting them. I'll have to kill them. but I'll probably get more scrap, and I don't really need fuel right now or missiles. Yeah, wow. I'm just absolutely destroying them. So the next hit to their hull will kill them. They only have one hull. So it's not actually worth me targeting anything in specific. So instead of 4 fuel, 4 missiles, I get 1 fuel, 17. So it was probably worth me letting them surrender, but I had no way of knowing that. Except for, you know, not being a dick. Sure, I'm gonna go here. Worst comes to worst, I'm pretty sure I can make it back to that place. Ooh. An abandoned space station circles a lonely planet. A quick check yields a schematic for a drone. You bring it aboard the ship. So a defense drone. That's good. I missed that I got hit in the doors. So I'm going to take this moment to upgrade this. That way I can both cover my medbay as well as full engines, which gives me some more evasion, as well as the ability to heal my guys. So this room is no longer going to hurt him, because it no longer had the hatches. And when he's full health, we'll send him back to the engine room. Now you can see our pilot doesn't really have much piloting skill yet, but our gunner has some decent experience. He's got some decent repairing experience since I've just been making him a patsy for that. So the question is, do I think I can make it from here to here? If I can't, I'll be in trouble, but I could make it there. I'm guessing I can. I'm trying to get everything that I possibly can out of this, because usually it's worth it. Oh, so there's nothing here. There's just nothing here. So I'm going to go to the exit, because if I go anywhere else, it's going to take me more time to get back to the exit, and chances are this will have caught up, which wouldn't be good for me. My ship is not super powerful yet. Ooh. Debris from a battle is scattered around the system. A few pieces bounce against your ship. You passively scan them and discover there is a functioning weapon amongst them. I really wouldn't much call this a weapon. In fact, it is called Healing Burst. Basically, it uses a missile, but it transports a healing unit that instantly heals all friendly crew in that room. And I can target my own ship. So if I have a boarding crew that's just going nuts, or, you know, doing a lot of damage to me, I could equip this and shoot my own ship to heal my guys, instead of sending them to the medbay. It could be useful, but yeah, it really depends. So I'm going to jump. So I now have the option to hit the next sector since I'm on the exit, and yeah, this was the right choice. So I go to the next sector, and I get to choose. If it's green, it's a civilian sector, which is just going to be basically what I saw here. Kind of some bad ships, some okay ships. If it's got a red and an X, it's a hostile sector. If it's got this purple, it's a nebula. So I have the option between a Zoltan-controlled sector, which we've seen a few of their ships, but none of them, or an NG-controlled sector. The NGs are what I have on my ship. That's what Zinzin is. I'm going to go to a Zoltan-controlled sector. They tend to be more technologically advanced, and I show up right in the middle of a nebula. You arrive in Zoltan space. From what you have heard, they anticipated the coming war and made preparations to hold their borders. So I'm just in a nebula here. I'd rather not mess with it. Once again, I'd like to hit as many scrap getting places as I can before heading to the store. So I'm going to go this way. You arrive at a Zoltan research facility, and they say they are researching genetic distortion due to stasis sleep and prolonged FTL travel. You ask if your crew has the time to undergo a few scans. Sure, why not? They paid me 19 scrap. This is one of the important events, you need to unlock a specific type of ship, which I'll probably get into later. A message broadcast from a nearby planet announces the presence of an ancient Zoltan monastery available for visiting. Likely just a tourist trap, but still too bad you don't have the time to visit. So once again, kind of nothing here. So I'm kind of wasting some fuel here. I'm not getting much out of those jumps. So, I'm not too big of a fan of any of these, but I don't really ever use these drones, so I'll sell that. As cool as this is, I'm selling it as well. I'm going to keep the defense drone. I would like to eventually get that out. Let's go to the store here. I would like to get this for the defense drone, because defense drones shoot down missiles, and missiles are really dangerous. So let's fully fix my ship too while I've got a chance. I'm not terribly wounded, but could be worse. So now, if I come up against something that has a missile launcher that I don't want to have to deal with, I can just pull energy out of here and give it to a defense drone. Now, a defense drone will use up some of my drone parts, but one drone part can be turned into like 8 or 10 worth of scrap if it blocks a missile or two that would hit me. So I think that's worth it. Actually, I can buy some fuel, and I think I will. I'll just buy 3. I won't buy all of it. So then I'll jump to here. I like to stay away from nebulas because occasionally you'll hit a part of the nebula that'll just destroy you. Okay, so they're powering their weapons. This right here is an overshield. It blocks missiles as well as... basically, you have to take this down, but it doesn't ever recharge. So they've got a heavy laser. I should actually shoot at them. So I took it down with 1 barrage, but they've got a beam weapon, I believe that's a pike beam, and a heavy laser. So they're not all that smart. They're AI. I'm actually just going to go straight for the weapons, because they could get lucky. They're not all that smart because what they need to do is they need to wait for this heavy laser to take down my shield before using the beam weapon, because the beam weapon won't go through my shield. However, they don't coordinate well, so unfortunately, they're not even going to get a hit in on me. This fight will cost me 0. As you can see, my FTL's been charging. The second there's nothing there, it instantly charges, though. 3 fuel, nice. A drone part, always good, and 23 scrap. I'm looking at some point here to upgrade my shields, but it's going to cost me 20 then 30, so it's going to take me 50 to get to having 2 shield bars, and then I'm going to have to upgrade with 2 more power bars, which are 25. So this would have been 15 had I bought any here, but I started with it. These were 20, 25, 30, 35. That's how much each one of these bars cost. So it'll cost me 100 grand total to get my shields up to 2, which is worth doing. It is very much worth doing. A distress signal. This is kind of coming in a little fast. I think I can hit here, 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 and then I can decide whether to go here or here. So I'm going to go here. Sorry, I said here a lot. So, I come to a quiet part of Zoltan space and encounter an ancient Zoltan wise man who has managed to harness the power of a spatial rift, but seems to have been driven completely mad by the power. Choose your doom, he demands. This is all part of a day's work. So, basically, whatever I say is what he's going to throw at me. So, I'm going to pick Rockmen. Oh, what do you know? A hardened foe for a hardened veteran. You detect a wormhole opening up, a rock ship appears with guns blazing. So they have a missile launcher, so I'm going to quickly pause. I'm going to take away my burst laser here, and I'm going to charge this defense drone. It'll mean that I'm limited in what I can do in terms of firing back, but I'm going to hope that I can get through their shield, and then he, as you can see, shoots that missile. So I managed to hit the shields. Their shields are down for now. I'm going to preemptively target that because I want to hit that until it goes red. Basically, as long as this drone continues to block missile shots, which occasionally it does miss, nothing bad will happen to me. As you can see, I would have taken at least 2 or 3 shots by now. Although I would have probably preemptively targeted the missile system, or the weapon systems in general, instead of the shields. I definitely did not want any missiles hitting me. So you saw resist there. One of the specials of Rockmen is that they will prevent 1 damage to their ship occasionally. So salvage remains and contact the wise man. When he sees you have emerged victorious, he enters a rage. The rift threatens to tear space apart until instead the Zoltan implodes, sending a blast wave of scrap and salvage dragged here from distant worlds in your direction. Very nice. Very nice. So this won't come with me when I jump, unfortunately. So I'm going to go here. I almost have enough to upgrade my ship. The Zoltan stationed near this beacon are happy to receive you. As they give you the formal tour of their ship, you spy some local star charts and mentally log the details. So, I know that these have ships at them. Unvisited, a possible ship detected. I'm gonna go here. Like I said I would, distress signals are always good. So, I'm glad this happened. So, the distress signal that is coming from a small space station orbiting an uninhabited planet. Their satellite defense system has gone haywire and their repair crew can't approach without being fired on. They're looking for help to fix or disable it. Now, occasionally, when these events happen, you will have this blue option. And as you can see, it says NG crew remotely repair its targeting system. Now, if I didn't have an engineer on an NG on my ship, I would only have the first two options. I would either have to destroy the defense system or leave them alone. And the defense system is riskier. Destroying the defense system is riskier, but these are pretty much always better. So my crew member is able to remotely fix the glitch, allowing the repair crew to close in and finish the job. So basically everybody's happy. They give me some missiles, some drone parts, which is nice, and some scrap. Awesome. I will take this opportunity to do that. So now, bam. I'm going to put those back into the burst laser just so that if I do enter combat, it will immediately be there. So this is going pretty slow. I'm going to pop here. I'm pretty sure I can get to the other one that was behind it as well. This is bad. So, a boarding team has entered my ship. Mantises do more damage than other types of crew member. So because I don't have any improvements, and I can't improve my ship just yet because I'm in danger, they're going in and they're going to try and kill my sensors, which I'm actually a little bit okay with. However, I'm going to bring these guys in here because that's probably where the mantises are coming next. No, they're not. They're going to the door security. I'm okay with that. So, my shields can take that blast, but if they both get hit, they'll take that. So I'm going to target their weapon systems. I apologize, my headphones decided it was an apt time to turn themselves off and back on. So as I said, or as I predicted, their beam weapon managed to get through and deal some damage to my guys. But meanwhile, the mantises managed to damage this. Now, because the mantises damaged this, I no longer have remote control of these doors. I didn't show it to you before because it wasn't all that relevant. But normally I can open and control these doors, but now I can't do that. But their weapon systems are damaged, so I'm not going to take any more damage from there. I just have to hope that the Mantis crew doesn't decide to enter the cockpit. So we'll see what happens. I hear them attacking, I just don't know where it is. Yes, so they attacked the med bay, which isn't great. However, my weapons are almost charged again. So as you can see, their ship is destroyed. However, I still have to deal with these mantises, which is really bad because my guys are getting really low. So they're going to do some damage. I'm going to let these guys heal up a bit, and then I'm going to send everybody in to attack. So basically I can gang up on these mantises and they'll be killed. Now, unfortunately, only 3 people can heal in the medbay at once, but that's not that big of a deal. I will send the pilot back up front, I will send the gunner back here, I'll send Shields back in here. And since I want him to be good at repairing, I'll have him repair these. I'm going to repair these before I go. Now, I didn't actually take any damage when the mantises were attacking stuff. You will if things catch fire. Actually, I forget. I wonder if that changed. Right, so now that I've repaired everything, as you can see, I have remote control of these doors. Oh, interesting. Those actually now violently depressurize. That's fantastic. So one of the strategies that you can do is, if I knew the mantises were in here, unfortunately I couldn't see where they were because they destroyed my sensors, but because I couldn't see where they were, if I did, I would be able to depressurize. I could have depressurized all 3 of these rooms. These take longer, but I could have depressurized these rooms and starved them for oxygen. which would hurt them. I mean, slowly hurt them, just like if something depressurized in another part. But I did get some scrap from that. Unfortunately, I don't think I can optimize where I can go. I either go here, 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 or here then here, because these guys are going to catch up to me. I don't have enough time. So either way, I'm only going to get one, so I'll save myself a jump and go here. A Zoltan ship is waiting at this beacon. They request your identification, but radiation from the sun in this system is disrupting your communications. They take your silence for aggression and move into attack. So once again, they've got an overshield, but they also have a missile launcher. So I'm going to power my defense drone. It uses a scrap, but it's well worth it. And I will preemptively target their weapon systems. That's a heavy laser, so they actually won't get through me. So as you can see, I'm just hitting their overshield at the moment. So what I target actually isn't important. But hopefully, oopsie, I need to fire. This isn't ever going to make it through my shields because it only shoots one, and it shoots far enough in between that my shields will be back up. As long as I prevent the missile from hitting me, I will easily win this encounter. If I didn't have this missile drone, I would be taking tons of damage. I mean, I might as well keep targeting their weapons, or their shields. There we go. Unfortunately, they could have been friendly, but I have no way of influencing that. So 27 scrap. That's good. Yeah, as I figured, if I had jumped over here, I would have had, well, I could have made it over here. Sometimes you don't ever know, and it's safer to not risk it. So I can trade 2 missiles for 6 fuel. I think that is well worth it because I am no longer using missiles if I don't have to. Put my power back into the burst laser. At 80 scrap, entering the next sector, I can choose Zoltan homeworlds or NG homeworlds. I have an NG, so I'm gonna go to the NG homeworlds. That might be more advantageous. Also, I don't have to worry too much about having to go. I'll describe that on the map later. So I've arrived in NG space. The Mantis have been threatening NG core worlds, but you should be able to stock up on your journey. So this actually could be problematic. See, everybody's gained a little bit of combat. Well, shields not so much. So there's a distress beacon right there. I'm looking at going here, like that. I feel like that path will be the best. So I can lose 2 fuel for 1 drone parts. Not worth it. 2 fuel is worth much more than 1 set of drone parts, even in the store. Oh, slug vessel. A missile shoots across your bow when the jump completes. Your scans reveal a ship with pirate markings pursuing an unknown vessel. The pirate hails you. Damn it, we weren't expecting company. Stay out of this and you could profit. So I'm going to try and be a hero. This isn't bad, but I will have moral quandary issues with this. So this is 2 shots, I want to say, grand total that they'll throw at me. Yeah, my shields will absorb this all day, so I really don't even care. I'm just gonna go straight for shields. They can't possibly reach me. Their weapons take too long to recharge. So if I take out the shields, if their weapons could hurt me, there's a chance that I would focus on the weapons, because that way I won't be taking as much damage, and then I can focus on shields. But if I take down their shields, I just net do more damage. So 4 fuel, 2 drone parts, and 21 scrap. You know what, I'll take that. If you take a bribe, even if you have missiles or lasers on their way, they will immediately stop. Don't ask me how. We have some way of sabotaging our own missiles and whatnot. That was a good offer. The 4 fuel was hard to turn down. The 21 scrap wasn't bad. So now I'll hit the distress signal. We'll see what it is. Ah, yay! It's basically the exact same thing. There are repeat events. You will see all the events at some point or other. But since I can remotely repair its targeting system, that is nice. That was awesome. Next world. I could probably upgrade my ship here a little bit more, but... Alright, so all I did was see some NGs. There's a store. That's nice. Here. It's not bad. That distress is tempting, but I really would like some more people, unfortunately. Wow. So I arrive near a small fleet of civilian NG ships. A simple decryption and translation of their comm frequency tells you that they are having a frantic discussion about something obviously troubling them. I'll have them contact. Yay. Your crew member syncs with the comm unit to communicate with them directly. You offer your help and a summary of the ship's mission. They respond, our goals have analogous elements. However, not all available for disclosure. Discretion necessary. I will offer my help. Secret technologies stolen by Mantis. Implicit connection to rebels implicit. Track Mantis to hidden rebel base. Uploading coordinates. Sweet. However, tracked second ship to different base would calculate probability, but data insufficient. Cannot risk obvious rebel NG conflict. Also, need time to acquire military ships. Assist in finding technology? So, there are 2 quests. I can get to this one, and probably to this one in time. But I will immediately go to the store, since it's in my way anyway, and I've got a good amount of scrap. So these are augmentations. If you remember, on my ship here, in equipment, these are just augmentations. I can have up to 3 of them. Oh wow, when did I get another defense drone? I haven't been paying attention. Alright, well I definitely want to buy something. I could probably sell one of my defense drones, but it's probably not the best one. I'll take long range. This will help my FTL drive power up faster. That's really only useful to have though if you're trying to run away from something. And my general strategy is fight and kill. So I'm actually gonna buy that 3 fuel because why not? I like being full health. And let's upgrade my ship while I'm paused. So if I give myself 2 bars, that'll let me power a defense drone as well as my weapons, and I think that's a good plan. To upgrade my shields, it'll take 100 plus 2 more bars, which will be 25, 30, so 155 to upgrade that. As long as I have a pilot in there, it really doesn't matter. But I will take improved blast doors, because we're talking about mantises here, and I will take this, so I can see my enemy's interior, which you'll get to see is pretty fun. So I'll jump to the quest. So if I look here, that caution around it means asteroid field detected in this location. So if we were to fight, we'd have to deal with an asteroid field. So I'm gonna jump to the quest. You arrive at one of the rebel bases that the NGs told you about. It appears abandoned except for 1 scout ship. Perhaps you could extract information from them. As soon as you see they power up their engines to jump away, stop them. Alright, so I'm gonna pause real fast. They have a missile. So, oopsie, I'm going to turn off a burst laser, and I'm going to turn on my missile system. I can get through their shields and hopefully hit their engines before they charge up. So I have intruders. I can sacrifice shields and... Oh, it clicked there. So, you'll notice even when I'm paused, I can assign people to go places, and where they're going is determined by this little green dot. There's a little green dot under him where one of my guys is going. So the second my missile fires, I want it to hit that. And in fact, I'm going to put my heavy lasers there, or my burst laser there as well. So I've killed him, so I'm going to send everybody back to where they belong. I've damaged their engines, so their FTL is being delayed. So that means that they're going to be trying for it. This is on fire, so they're putting a lot of effort into this. I'm going to wait until... I'm going to send my missile at that again, just to be sure. So I demand information. Yes, they passed by here, but I had nothing to do with it. I don't know what they were carrying. I'll transmit the coordinates. Now just let us go. So we let them go. I didn't have the option to kill them anyway. So I believe we've completed the quest. So I've got another quest here, and I think that's where I'm supposed to go. I'm probably risking rebel encounter here. Just because... Not because I'm going to run into a rebel, but because the rebels are getting closer to me as I'm fleeing. So finally come with one of the ships you've been hunting, a hangar-sized cargo ship being escorted by a number of Mantis ships. As you reconsider the assault, a squadron of NG ships with pirate ships emblems jump in and assist you. You prepare to fight the Mantis, but scans indicate they are manned by rebels. So, don't actually have to deal with Mantises. That's good. Because I've got some missiles to spare. Okay, we're getting intruders anyway. So in fact, I'm going to do the silly thing, and because I've got blast doors, I'm going to open these doors, and I'm going to run him away. This is going to be dangerous for me. I'm going to leave that closed. This is going to be dangerous for me because I'm going to have to, if they do damage this O2, I'm going to have to get back in there and repair it without having any oxygen in the room, which is bad. And so that could take some time. They don't have any missiles. This is a bomb. It basically just teleports inside your ship, so I can't stop that with a drone, so I'm not even going to worry about it. I don't need a missile. Well, it's already pretty close to charged. I'll launch one missile. This should fire one shot, so I don't have to worry about my shields so much. I'm just gonna go straight for their shields. So they're trying to break down this door. As you can see, because I upgraded the doors, I don't have to power these subsystems, by the way. I can open all my doors if I want to. But because I upgraded the doors, they actually have to punch through that door, as you saw. So my engine room has also been damaged, which is bad. So I actually don't want to use any more missiles. So they're okay. Unfortunately, I'm gonna close that. Unfortunately, the boarding crew has actually gotten somewhere. I don't want them damaging my missiles, though, or my weapons. No. You need to come back in here. You guys must fight. That bomb is hurting and doing lots of damage. This is bad. This is very bad for me. Because the engines are damaged, I'm going to have him go there. The engines don't give me any evasion, whether I have a pilot or not, unless I, actually have the engines powered. So he's almost dead. I'm going to run him out. I have a burst laser, though. Hopefully this will kill them. So they teleport out right as their ship explodes, which is good for me. So I asked about the Mantis ships. Likely ploy by rebels to avoid breaking non-aggression pact with NG. 97.56% likely. Your mission to assist last Federation fleet. Correct? Coordinates. Sweet. So I unlocked the stealth cruiser. This is actually in my original playthrough of the game, the save file that I have kind of stashed off to one side. Because I wanted to start over with the new content. This is one that I hadn't managed to unlock. So, this is kind of funny. Most ship unlocks require some luck. They require specific orders of events. Stealth ship isn't particularly hard. The crystal ship is really hard because it requires at least 4 different things to randomly sync up, conveniently. So, stealth ship is cool. I'll probably talk about it later. It's not one that I've used, so I don't have much experience with it. So, satisfactory. Delivery of tech will assist in Federation cause. Gratitude alone insufficient. Commencing ship repair and compensation. Their crew delivers a weapon for installation, but you're more pleased to hear that the Federation will have an improved arsenal. So I got 43 scrap, which is sweet. A firebomb, which I probably won't use, but could sell. NG secret tech has been delivered to the hangar. Stealth ship has been unlocked. So I've got some repairing to do. And I've got repairing to do within... Who's our most experienced repair? Yeah, it's definitely him. So you go run and repair oxygen. Pilot, get back up there. So he's taking a good bit of damage trying to repair this. But he has in fact succeeded. Oh no, don't die. That was close. Alright, so now that that's been repaired, everything's going to slowly increase. Having the oxygen down is really dangerous. Usually for enemies, it's not worth destroying their oxygen because fights don't last long enough. That fight lasted a little bit longer, but because we weren't destroyed, we don't have to worry as much. about, because they were destroyed, they don't have to worry about their oxygen. I mean, it's that simple, right? Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, so I forgot to close those doors, which is why that wasn't refilling. He'll be okay. I will have to send him to be healed, but if basically, this entire game is a battle against it's attrition. That's what it is. That's what all roguelikes are, aren't they? Whether you get pinged down or killed in one shot, it's all about attrition and how strong you are. But this turned out great. As you can see, one of the convenient little things is when you have a person there, you have a little head above the power level, and if you keep hovered on it, it tells you what's going on with it. So, everything seems to be in order. I'm gonna jump to this quest. I'm curious. I'm curious what shows up here now. You arrive at one of the rebel bases that the Andes told you about. It appears to be abandoned except for one scout ship. Perhaps you could extract information from them. So basically the same as before. They have 2 shots, which if coordinated will let this laser drone hit me. Oh, sorry, this is just a normal shot drone, which means they have the ability to get through my systems, which means I'm going to target their weapons. Well, right off the bat. Luckily, they missed with one. So, unfortunately, despite the fact... Okay, so they don't know anything. So this was the fake. This was the fake one. One of those was real. Luckily, we got the first one. This one is they have no idea. Oh. Too bad you followed the wrong ship. The envoy that passed through here was fake. So, we're just going to continue the assault. This is so much on fire. It's entertaining to be able to see the inside. In fact, I'm going to target your shields just to kill you. So I've actually killed one of their crew, which just means that things are going to go that much slower. Unfortunately, they now have both their weapons out, but they didn't even get a shot off. So one of the things you'll notice, 3 fuel, a drone, and 40 scrap. I'm not going to complain. In fact, I will barely make it to the exit without getting caught. But we managed to hit up another store. So, we can buy people. I know that's terrible, but if we buy them, technically we're freeing them, right? I'm going to sell this firebomb. It's another missile-using weapon, and it can occasionally miss really badly, so I'd rather just have the Artemis. The Artemis is good. So this is a Zoltan. Basically, as it says, their innate energy is strong enough to power ship systems. So it provides a power to the one it's standing in, and then there's just an NG. Having more crew is usually advantageous, and a Zoltan is really nice. Unfortunately, his power moves with him. So I can't just translate his energy to, say, weapons. It does let you have 1 more energy than you could possibly have on your ship, just overall. But it's tempting. If I don't have him in either my weapons bay or my engine room or one of these things, he's not actually useful, and he's more expensive. 15 scrap. Is 15 scrap worth something that may or may not be useful? Questionable. Especially because these guys are already gaining experience. He's almost to the next level. There are only 2 level ups that they get, but they're good. Shields isn't as experienced, but shields can take a while. 27 of 55. It's tough. He's getting pretty experienced in energy. Honestly, I think I'll buy him, and I'm going to make him... He's going to be our dedicated repair, since he's got good experience in that, and he's going to be our dedicated engine person. Usually, if I could get a rock, I'd probably put him back here, because he's immune to fires, and targeting engines isn't all that uncommon from AIs. But I've got 4 power, which means that I could, if I wanted to, upgrade my weapons and be able to power the burst laser and a defense drone. A second burst laser and a defense drone, which sounds really good to me, but I cannot afford it just yet. I'm really close. I'm going to barely make it out of here, but I'm okay with barely making it out. An advanced Rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small Rebel space station. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. Well, we've done this before, so why not? So as you can see, it's automated, so there's no atmosphere in there at all. All it's got is weapons. All it needs is weapons. So let's just blow the crap out of it. That is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to unpause. It does... Well, yeah, no, it doesn't have shields, doesn't have anything, so you pretty much... It's got one shot plus... Ion shots tend to last just a little bit longer. Like, their damage, their quote-unquote energy damage lasts a little bit longer. You can see it ticking down than a normal shot. So if it had gotten another rounds of attack, it was possible that it could have punctured and done some hull damage. But I get 40 scrap, 60 scrap grand total, plus 4 missiles and a drone. Yes, please. In fact, I will take this opportunity to upgrade. See, the next upgrade's 75. Next upgrade's expensive. And now I can just keep all my weapons powered. And maybe when I get a weapon that's better, I can do that. But after this, I'm probably going to go for another shield. I need 155 more. So we'll go to the next sector. So part of the reason why I wanted to go down here is because I'm guaranteed to go to a nebula here. And nebula tends to have some pretty nasty spots in it that can knock out some of your power. Granted, I have long-range sensors. And this is overall more hostile. I don't mind hostile as much. It means you fight more, you get more scrap. So I'm going to go to a Zoltan controlled sector again. I don't mind the aggressiveness. We've got some good defense. Granted, I can only use one of these at a time, but still. So this way involves nebula, so I'm going this way. I'm sure one of these days I will end up in a nebula sector. Okay. You receive a request. All of our military ships have been destroyed or damaged during the rebellion. However, there have been reports of a Mantis war camp only a few jumps from us. Can you help? So, I get some scrap, and I get a mission marker. Possible ship, that's the quest. If I swing through like this, I should get most efficiency out of my jump pattern. So, Zoltans. There are a few more zealous in their customs checks than the Zoltan. A team of border police beam on board. There's just a little confusion over your weapons license, but things escalate rapidly from heated discussion to gunfire. So, Zoltans have less health than normal. All 3 of my green dots are underneath them from sending these guys in. I will need a defense drone, because that is one mean missile launcher. So, we fight. I'm gonna go for their weapon systems. We are very easily winning this fight. We haven't gotten through the overshields though, which is unfortunate. So now that I've got the ratio on them, despite the fact that he is low, I'm not all that worried about sending a missile their way. I think, yeah, he's getting beamed off. So let's send you guys quickly there. Good, we hit missiles. I'll send the next barrage at the shields. If they repair this one first, it's not that big of a deal. If they repair this one first, hopefully my drone will be able to defend. But they've got, yeah, they've got one hull left. Whatever hits next is going to kill him. And out of 6 shots, one of them better hit. I could jump if I wanted to. But I did just kill Zoltan Police. And I got 48 scrap for it. I'm really close to being able to upgrade my shield. And in fact, I will. So if I don't need to use a defense drone, I'll be able to redirect that to the shield. I don't mind a ship. So we'll wait and see. I see lasers, beam. So you jump into a debris field that used to be a Zoltan cruiser. Unfortunately, its NG escort takes you for the attacker and retaliates. They refuse all hails. So these are the NGs. See, I have an NG, and I probably need to get these guys back to their respective locations. I will give myself another round of shields because they don't have anything that'll get through 3 shields. That's 2 shots, that's exactly the same as mine. And that's a beam, so they won't be able to do any damage to me. Yeah. They do have a missile defense drone, like I could. So I'm just going to focus shields. I can't shoot a missile at them, there's no point. I'm just going to keep hitting their shields because, yeah, the NGs are good at repairing, remember. So I really need to put the smackdown on those shields. I've almost killed him, even. Killing crew members basically just means that... I mean, it's good to kill their crew because they can't do stuff. But by the time you do it, you usually kill everything. So I get a missile, a drone part, and some scrap, which is good. In fact, though, now I can always power my shields, and I can choose to power a defense drone. I definitely need to pick up some other upgrades in here. I probably need to upgrade my engine. So I see a missile, so we'll do that. I would like to move these here so that I only have to use 1 and 2. You can, if you want to, you can click on these to pick where you pick, or you can use their weapon number hotkeys. I'm just going to deal with weapons. I probably could have risked not putting up the defense drone, but this is the longest I've been at full health in a while, and it feels nice to be at full health. You just don't have to care. The ship explodes, leaving a substantial collection of useful scrap metal material. 38 scrap, not bad. I might have to cut through the nebula. I know, I don't want to have to do it, but I might have to. That looks like a missile. A rebel ship hails. We did not fight a war to let a single Federation ship shatter our dreams of a better galaxy. He locks weapons. That sound sounded like a boarding party. But I'm putting up drones. Yep, it was. So... you two, go deal with him. So I'm going to watch these guys pretty carefully here. I'm going to lock onto shields because I can deal with the weapons. You guys go heal. Basically, focusing shields just means that you'll do more damage to them overall and just kill them faster. And attacking weapons is what you do. I think I just heard somebody hit a level. So... oh, they're gonna give me a halberd beam? Yeah, I'll take that surrender any day. That's awesome. Okay, halberd beam incoming. I now have a reason to upgrade my weapons capability. So, you heard a wonderful little sound, and now there's a star above his head. He has hit his first level. Our gunner, he's hit his first level. This will start filling up with yellow now, and then he'll hit a second level. So my weapons charge 14% faster, which is pretty cool. But I'm definitely, I'm unfortunately more excited about a halberd beam. So halberd beam, let me show you right here. Halberd beam. Slow but reliably powerful standard beam weapon. Note, beam damage is reduced by 1 for every shield it passes through, which allows for partial shield piercing. So this one does 2 damage, which means that if an enemy has 1 shield, whatever I sweep will take 1 damage each, which is fantastic. I will show you that targeting system. Depending on what shields are, I can do this. Yeah, that's an option. I'll wait until my next jump to see what I can do. It'll take me 165 plus however much power it actually takes to get that before I can actually use it, as well as keep and not use my Artemis, because I might very well need these burst lasers to get through shields. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll probably wait. Since I can do it with 1 burst laser, 1 halberd beam, I'll wait for a little bit, because getting more engine and improving my dodge is really important as well. So I'm gonna wait and see. I'm pretty sure I can get from there to there, but I will have a chance since there is most likely a ship here. Okay, I don't see... Okay, let's figure out what he's got. They've got a drone here. It's a shooting drone. You can tell by its gun right there, and also if I hover over it. Well, I guess it actually doesn't say what it specifically is. That's a bomb unit. You can tell because it's square-ish. It's hard to describe. Eventually you can just recognize all these weapons. This has got some blue on it, and it's kind of got this weird muzzle shape, which says ion to me. I don't know if that fires 1 or 2 shots. It might be 2, which would be pretty rough. And this is just a heavy laser, which will probably just shoot 1. So they've got 2, plus this pierces shields and can't be blocked by defense drones. But they've got 2 shields, which means that between this maybe 2 shots and this 1 shot, and this I might be in for some damage. But we'll find out how many shots this fires in a moment here. Usually these last longer, so I don't know if I can get him out in time, but I can at least get him in there. I did avoid that. So, is that an ion bomb system? No. That's just general damage. Now I'm gonna wait for my halberd beam to fully charge. There. So I'm gonna shoot this at the shields. So I've dropped down the 2 shields. I then hit 3, or click on this, and you see it doesn't have anything special yet, but when I click, it points out a line. This line is the sweep of the laser. So from here, I'm pretty sure I can sweep all 3 of these. Barely, but I'll also hit shields. Because both shields are down, it'll deal 2 damage to this, 2 damage to this, and 2 damage to this. Now there's a chance that the shields will come up, but even if they come up just 1, if I hit this, I'll do damage to it, which might knock the shields down again. So by hitting the shield room, I can effectively do more damage. It would be nice to stop the weapons because I'm taking damage from them, but we'll see. Yes, I did manage to hit both. So, they're low on shields, their engines are down. I'm going to switch out the halberd beam for my other burst laser, and I'm going to send them at the weapons. And I think this will kill it. Yeah, I got it. So this dies, this goes down. 2 missiles, sorry, 2 fuel, 1 missiles, and 29 scrap. I like it. He's now full health. So it did some system damage. That was actually a system bomb. I haven't run into any yet to show you guys what it actually reads, but basically it just means that it doesn't damage the ship. Despite the fact that it said it did 2 damage, it was to Zinzin and to the system. So I have a quest in a store. I might be able to hit all of these. Dun, dun, dun. Why not? I think I can do it, and I'd rather not have to deal with mantises right away. Your cockpit lights up with warning signals. You're being targeted by a nearby ship. The distress call was a lure to attract unwitting ships into weapons range. You prepare for a fight. I don't see any missiles on them. That's 2 shots, that's 1, so they can't hurt me. They cannot hurt me. Yeah, so I should actually have targeted shields because I don't have to worry about taking damage from them. I think my final goal for this ship is going to be 4 shields, because 4 shields is pretty standard for the final boss. Both burst lasers and a halberd beam, and a defense drone. I don't think I'll be able to get 2 of them, but it's possible. So they're trying to jump, and now they want to surrender. There's still 1 laser going in. I could get 4 fuel, a drone, and 28 scrap. You know, I'll take that. I'll take that. That's not bad. Especially because is it really worth it? If I have to deal with mantises, I would like to have doors that are pretty healthy, so I could possibly kill them with just opening the airlocks. It's tough though. It's a tough decision because 168. So I'm going to need 180 just to upgrade the shields to the 4th level, which is rough. But I could upgrade this right now. And then if there's no need for missiles, you know what? I'm going to do it. Why not? If there's no need for defense drone, I can just shred people. You find a mantis encampment, but there are far too many to count accurately. You send long-range message back to the settlement with your findings, but unfortunately there's not much you can do. It would be suicide to attack directly. So because I have a missile weapon, this is another thing. If you have specific weapons, you can get these blue options as well. So I can leave before they notice, or I can bombard their key structures. So I fire at their fuel depot, but a shot from the surface rips the missile to shreds, so this might not have been the best choice. There's only one mantis and one NG, and they don't even have a transport, so I'm going to shred them, hopefully. You fire it, you try to get away, but a nearby patrol ship moves into attack. So I'm going to charge my halberd beam as well. 3 shots. So I'm not even worried. I'm going to target their shields, which is awesome. And basically, your goal with any beam weapon is to just maximize the number of rooms you hit, because it does damage based on rooms, not on length of draw path or anything like that. So I started my click in the engine room, I went through their oxygen room, through this empty room, and then I managed to barely catch their weapons. I'm not actually concerned about hitting their weapons because they can't get through my shields. I'm only concerned about trying to hit as many possible rooms as I can, and I think that's the most I can, because here I could hit 4, here I could hit 4, just the way the ship is organized, all I can hit is 4. And even if they get their shields, yeah, bam, just utter destruction. That would have been 8 damage to the hull. That would crush me even. So there's not much I can do. It was worth the missile. There's a store here as well. If I can't get to the exit from this store, then that's unfortunate. So I could get some drones, some fuel. Unfortunately, I don't really want any of this. I don't really have anything to sell. It would be nice to get 2 defense drones out. My eventual goal is to get the defense 2 drone, because it blocks 2 missiles at once. And it's only because I know what the final boss is that I say that. I know the final boss fight pretty well. I'll aid the civilian ship. Your weapons engage the pirate ship. I see missiles. As much as I would like to be able to continue to laser them to death, they've got a missile and 2 shots. They could easily take out my shields, and then with this beam, just destroy me. You can see the power of beam weapons. There's a reason why any amount of shields block them, and they don't decrease shields. I still am going to hit over shields, but I managed to blink away their over shields. Since my weapons are still in sync, I can target them preemptively, and they'll both fire at the same time. Barrages are pretty much strictly better than plinking away as your weapons come up. It's worth waiting the extra 5 seconds. So they're out of shields. I'm going to send a coordinated attack at weapons and shields. Despite the fact that it's yeah, see, my missile drone did fail to block that one missile, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Oh no, 1 damage. Was a while before I took damage. I hastened to the civilian, and they helped me too. Oh, actually, no, never mind. I didn't read that. I should have. Unfortunately, it was too late. They died. I salvaged what I could, is what I said. I managed to read the last line to myself quickly. Unfortunately, the only unfortunate thing about this game, and I only say that because I absolutely love this game, the only unfortunate thing is that it's very, very easy. Well, if I give myself 2 more power, I can always power the halberd beam. But I do need to start giving myself engine. But now I can always power the halberd beam, which is great. But anyway, the only reason I say it's unfortunate is because I really love this game. But it's unfortunate that you get some repeat events, and it's unfortunate that... You know what? I shouldn't have bought that. I'm gonna check out the store. Why not? Defense drone 2. Can also shoot down incoming lasers. I can't buy it, and yeah, I made a mistake upgrading my things right there when I had the option to go to a store. This would have been really nice. It really would have been, but It's not worth... I could sell my long-range sensors aren't worth crap. Between the two, I could... Nope, I can't. It would be 73. I could sell this as well. It's not worth it, though. The power requirement is still 4. So basically, the difference between having 2 defense drones and 1 defense 2... Yeah, see, I can barely make it out. The only difference is that you can split them up and power 2 and 2. I would have to upgrade my system to be at 4, and until then, yeah, it's just not the optimal decision. But yeah, unfortunately you just start skipping text and you get repeat events. But also I've played it a lot because I liked it as much as I did, so I just kind of have to accept that my opinion is biased. I don't like nebulas. I hate nebulas. Oh sweet, I got an achievement. And I unlocked the NG Cruiser because I made it to Sector 5. You have arrived in NG space. The Mantis have been threatening the NG core worlds, but you should be able to stock up for your journey. Congratulations, by making it to the 5th sector, you've unlocked the NG playable ship for further playthroughs. So, there's a store right there. I'm not going to waste the time. I probably won't be able to afford anything good there that I find anyway. So I can sell some drone parts for scrap. I've got a good number of drone parts. I will sell some for 12 scrap. Because chances of me using all those is very slim. I'm going to weave my way this way. Maybe up through here. Depends on how fast the rebels start approaching. Oh, so this is another genetic distortion due to sleep. So I'll participate. Oh no! As soon as you dock, pirates burst on board and a hostile ship appears on the radar. You hear the Zoltans yell in the distance, "We're being held hostage." So, it was not the same. So we've got borders. Interesting. We've got 4 borders. Fight! So this is unfortunate. I think he's trying to get over here. Luckily, my guys are being healed and theirs aren't. It's why it's dangerous to fight inside the enemy medbay. Oh boy, I missed that they have a drone. Until this gets fully damaged, I will have a drone, which means that I'm going to be waiting for my halberd beam to come up. I'm going to focus weapons. So they're going to hit the shields. I'm going to wait till the shields get hit. I immediately paused. And then I'm going to use my halberd beam. And I can reach. Let me target that better. So yeah, I can reach. Believe it or not, I can reach. I'll hit the shields first, maybe knock one of these offline, and hopefully reach this before it gets up to 2 shields to block the damage. So I just did a crazy amount of damage. Weapons are offline. These guys are going to have to flee in a moment here. Or die. My guys are pretty much all at full health. I'm going to send these guys over here. Oh, I have my lasers up. I didn't even notice. And they're dead. So, I get some fuels. You take out the ship and contact the research station. Thank you for rescuing us. Anti-ship drone Mark 1. Nice. So we still need to kill these guys. He wants to enter this room, so I'm just going to let him. I don't care. I could technically jump if I wanted to. See, there's my drone, just dead, floating in space. Zinzin, repair, please. How close is our shields? Guys are really close to... So because the shields are manned, they recharge 10% faster. That's the bonus. So I turned on colorblind mode for the first time. I don't know if that was part of the update, but even though I'm not colorblind, I love the blue that they use for colorblind. I'm a big fan of blue. I don't want to turn away other people who have favorite colors that are not blue, but I think blue is the bee's knees. Just my opinion. So, when they see the mantis war shrimp, I said war shrimp. Okay, I'm thinking of mantis shrimps, guys. I'm really sorry. They're awesome. When they see the mantis warship waiting in ambush at your intended coordinates, your crew is relieved to note you've jumped some way off the mark. Screw that. They don't even have missiles. Okay, so this should be a relatively easy fight. This bomb could be an issue. They have 3 shots in a beam, so I'd need to be targeting weapon systems. So he missed with those 2 shots, so I'm gonna be okay. Bomb there. I don't actually take any damage, but everything is ready. So I'm gonna target weapons. Second shield goes down. Oopsie. I don't think I can hit all of them. It's still worth hitting the shields. This will do 6 damage. Yeah. Beam weapons are amazing. 3 fuel, 2 missiles, 35 scrap. Nice. Now I'm hoping we run into a store, which is why I am not just going to spend any of this scrap, because if I find an even better weapon, I can upgrade from a burst laser relatively easily. You see a number of NG space stations and fleets nearby. Despite looking like piles of junk loosely tied together, they are actually a model of efficiency, and they just lack a certain aesthetic emphasis. So nothing here. Asteroids. You know what? I actually don't mind asteroids. Asteroids can actually be really fun. And there's a reason for that. Basically, oh no, we're in an asteroid field. Asteroids are going to be constantly pelting us. So we're going to turn and fight. They're going to be sending an invasion party, so let me just... He actually just gained a level, which is awesome. So, unfortunately, we've got a 2-on-1 situation here. But as you can see, asteroids are hitting my shield and knocking me down, and also them. What this constantly means... Basically, an asteroid field is basically just assume you are at 1 less shield than you actually have. Now, I do see a missile weapon, and I'm going to put out a defense drone, but defense drones will shoot asteroids, which isn't bad, but they can only shoot so fast, so if it prioritizes them from shooting at a missile, then it's bad. But also it means that shooting at their shields is twice as effective, because if I knock out shields, I'm gonna see if I can do this. Yes, I can. Look at this. This is the cheapest crap you can do, and that's why beams are awesome, is I'm hitting 4 rooms. They have 2, 4, 6, 8 health, and there's still 1 missile inbound? Sorry, they have 10 health. I think I said 8. I will do all, but they will... Ooh. 31 scrap is good. I'll accept that offer. See, everything goes, but they don't take any more damage. This is also one of those times where your FTL drive charging can be important. If for some reason you're really heavily damaged and you need to flee, you still have to wait for the FTL to jump. You could also flee to a safe location. Like, if I go back to where I've been, I can do that. I won't do that because I don't get anything out of it. But you can do that if you need to stop and repair. Your cockpit lights up with warning signals. You're being targeted by a nearby ship. There's a chest call was a lure to attract unwitting ships. We've seen this one before, but now we have Zoltans. And that's a beam weapon, I believe. I don't recognize that one, but it looks powerful. I'll just say that. They've got 3 shots. Sorry, they've got 4 shots. I forget those fire forward, but that is a beam weapon. Luckily, my shield came up at the last second. I will have to heal these guys. I made the mistake of not getting them back to their proper locations, so my shields are going slower than normal. If you noticed, these just all dropped like crazy. I'm still just going to be hitting over shields. I don't actually remember how over shields deal with this. Alright, so I soaked the over shields with that, which isn't bad. Luckily my shields respawn really fast. But after I destroy them, I'm going to drop everybody into the med bay. I'm waiting for my halberd beam to come up. Somebody just upgraded. He upgraded in engine power, which means evasion +5. That is good, good, good. If you have a well-piloted ship and a well-engined ship, then you can dodge so much stuff. So let's wait for the shields to get dropped down. I think that's 4. Oh no, they're preparing to jump. 2 fuel, 2 missiles, 2 scrap. I have way more missiles than I need. The question is what I'm going to get from them, because Because they're dying. They're dead. This still has one room to hit. Will what I get from them be better than 27 scrap and 2 fuel? I don't care. Let's try it. 49 scrap, 2 fuel, 2 missiles. So I strictly better. Now, we have a store. And I'm gonna go for it. Because you never know. Unfortunately, not what I was hoping for. Well, this is tempting. For reasons. I will never use an anti-ship drone. They are useful, but they are not that useful. Well, since I see what's in the store, let's make some decisions here. I could just go to Force Shield. And the fourth shield is useful, but so is the crew teleporter. But I have to have somebody who's good enough at combat to use it. Basically, the crew teleporter gives me the ability to send somebody to the other side. And I said I would get these guys into healing, and I lied. You leave briefly while these heal while I make my decision. Don't have anybody that's particularly good in combat. Our gunner is good at combat. I guess that makes sense. I'm actually just gonna... As much as I would like to get the crew teleporter, I don't think it's worth it. Also, cloaking. Cloaking is really fun. If you cloak the ship, it adds 60 to your evasion, and it prevents your enemy from locking onto you. Which basically just means, when you cloak, you will dodge everything they send at you, and they won't be able to send more stuff at you. And it actually stops them from charging their weapons. It's just an interesting mechanic. It's kind of cool, but I don't think it's worth 150. I don't think it's worth 150 scrap. You'll never find me thinking it's worth that. It's unfortunate, but it's cool. It's really cool, but it's just not worth it. Bam. That was expensive. But I still have enough to power... Oh, that's right. I don't need to actually power the engine there because he powers it. That's one thing you do have to be careful of, though, is if I ever move him, I have to remember to add one back into the engine. So if I jump here, there's a decent chance... Just an afterthought. There's a decent chance I won't be able to make it here, but it's worth the shot. 1, 2, 3. So if I 1, 2, 3, I might hit rebels. I don't care. I think I could take out a rebel ship. I think I'm doing that well. Yeah, I'm gonna be a hero. You guys are mean. 3 shots, 1 shot. They've got 4 shots and a beam, so this could be problematic. But we'll find out. Come on, gunner. Charge my weapons. Yeah, see... Oh, that's only 2 shots. Huh. Okay, so they'll never get through my stuff. I don't even have to worry. Shields it is. Well, over shield. It's not worth me firing my halberd beam at that. So, increased piloting. So my evasion... Oh geez, he's full level. That's just plus 10 evasion, straight up. Shields down. Death. 7 missiles, 1 drone part, 29 scrap. I don't need missiles. I don't care for your missiles. Oh, I accepted it. No! Oh well. Run for your lives. I can get there. That's great. Makes my life easier. So there was just a battle. This was the site of a recent battle. Either a show of Mantis Force or the NG here weren't disposed to go peacefully. You pick through the pieces, find 1 fuel, 2 missiles, and 32 scrap. Could be worse, could be better. Time to go to the exit. The rebels are about to catch us. You've arrived at the long-range beacon where the FTL drive here is charged. You can jump to the next sector. I can trade 2 fuel for 4 missiles. I do not need that. I'm hoping to get rid of missiles. Do you see how many missiles I have? At this point, well, I have to go to a Mantis-controlled sector, which is unfortunate. At this point, I might as well just get the energy for the missile. It'll be useful in the combat. I've entered a poorly charted area of space that's known to be home to the Mantis. Ensure your hull plating is up to scratch. That should be up to snuff. Anyway, and that you've had enough fuel in the tank to make it through. I think I do. Asteroid field? I'm seeing this. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know how many jumps you get before the rebels catch up. Oh. A burst laser Mark III. Oh, yes. It takes 4 power, but it shoots 5 shots. I don't think I can physically equip that. I can't. I could... I can't even give up a burst laser for it. I could give up both burst lasers for it, but that's 6 shots. And yeah, unfortunately, it's not better for me. I could replace the halberd beam with it. Oh boy. Or I could sell it. That's probably what I'm gonna end up doing with it. And there's a store right here, which I think that's what I'm gonna do. As cool as having those extra shots would be, because that would give me a total of 11 shots at something. Oh, darn. Darn. Well, I can't have long-range sensors. There is one augmentation that is redonkulous. And when I say redonkulous, I don't use the word redonkulous very often. I mean, it literally is the second you show up, the second you enter the fight, all your weapons are ready. So when you arrive, you just unload. It basically makes so much trivial. Like, it's just like, oh man, this ship, it has some really good weapons. Too bad I just put, imagine, 11 shots straight into you. None of these are really worth it, and, well, the drone recovery arm would mean I don't have to worry about drone parts ever again. This isn't great. Honestly, I won't even sell my burst laser here. I'm only going to sell it if there's something I need. Although, I could upgrade my ship. I do need to do that. 1, 2, 3, yeah, there's 5. So that's 175, and I'll have max power, and I can do some stuff with it. I probably need to upgrade this drone control here, which will be 50 plus 2 power. So 120 will get me my second defense drone, which is good. What's its sell value? Its sell value is 55, which is a lot. It also... The charge time is 19 seconds. On these it's 12. 6 shots every 12 is better than 5 every 19. This is a tough decision because I really love burst lasers. And Mark III you don't see as much as I'd like to because you can do a lot of damage with it. I think it's in my best interest to sell this. I can't unsell it now, so my decision's been made. And if I were to upgrade my weapons, I could then also hold the Artemis. And having a missile could be really useful too. I'm not going to upgrade that right away. I'd like to upgrade this. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I want to upgrade some stuff, but at this point it's not worth it. I'm going to jump to this distress beacon. Hopefully I can get back into the main path. Oh, sure, I'll lead you to your destination. Well, I guess this is the path that I'm going. That's fine with me. I still get to go a decent distance. I think I can double back. I am immediately hailed by an impressive-looking mantis ship. Your ship would make a mighty fine prize. Prepare for battle. Unfortunately, they do indeed have warp technology. You guys are ready for battle? Yeah, we'll do this. Unfortunately, I can't improve the battle. They will be waiting, though. So this is now... Actually, I shouldn't have done that. Because this is now slowly going to drain of oxygen. Burst laser almost ready. I didn't even check if they had missiles. One shot, one shot, one shot. They can't get through my shields. They're charging back. Alright, so they do have a missile, or a bomb. I don't know where it's showing up. It hasn't shown up yet. I'm going to go for their weapons. Oh, it missed. It came out right there. So shields are down. Time to find out how many rooms I can hit. Oopsie. I might be able to hit 5. That'd be stupid if I could actually get away with that. I think I'm hitting 5 rooms here. They're trying to get away. You cannot leave. This space is mine. Should close this door. I should also use the hotkey. Just, yeah, X. Oh, that's cool. It only opens inner doors. That's good. That's a good thing. Oh, I've got a lot of scrap. I'm happy. Go to our next distress beacon. Possibly a ship there. There better be a ship there. So they're going to teleport back in. They want to damage my weapons. So luckily my guys aren't absolutely terrible at fighting, but I really do have to watch their health. They do have missiles. He's getting close. I'd rather not risk it. I am not going... I don't want to fire just yet. If you hit the weapon again after you've queued it, you basically get the reticle back. That was close. I'm going to flee him as well. They're going to get to do some damage, but I'm going to get to do shenanigans damage here. Unfortunately, this might leave me with 2 mantises on my ship. Yay, they teleported out at the last second. Last second, baby. I don't have to deal with him. Thank goodness. He's probably getting pretty good at... He's just kind of being all-purpose. Although I think we're getting close to 2nd level, and we're getting... Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I'm happy with the way things are going, the way my guys are leveling, and I've got so much scrap that is shenanigans. Although there's a really good chance I'm going to have to jump out to the quest back here and then here, but I'll be so close to the exit I won't have to worry too much about running into rebel ships. I might have to leave a little bit early. But I'm being a nice guy and leading this ship to their destination. I'm going to get boarded again. You detect a small military outpost and a few freighters nearby. This mineral-rich planet in an isolated location would be perfect for an illegal mantis mining operation. As you consider your options, a ship launches from the outpost. Prepare for a fight. So they're going in there. They have missiles. They don't want to be in there, so I don't mind. If they don't want to be in there, then they're probably going to just attack my doors and then probably go straight for me. If they don't want to go hit that, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah, they want to attack the doors. I'm just not going to be able to control my doors, which is fine. They're nowhere near a place that I could actually vent into space. So it just means that I have to repair stuff later on. If they go for my drones, that would be different. I wouldn't be happy about that. So I'm still going to be able to get this. 3 rooms, including their weapons. They are fighting in the med bay, which is the worst thing for them to do, which means I'm happy. Ah, yes. Part of the problem is he's shooting 2 missiles out of this. But they're dying, they're retreating. I'm waiting for my lasers to be up. And now I will hit as many rooms as I can, which is 3. Next shot they die. And then they don't have any actually decent weapons. So let's get you guys back to where you need to be. It doesn't matter where that goes, I don't have to exploit. And they're gone. Which is nice, 51 scrap. This is the quest. Let's go ahead and head there. You escort the ship to the requested beacon. Much to your dismay, you are ambushed by a rebel ship. I walked right into their trap. Oh well, they gave me 30 scrap. I see missiles instantly drone up. This is bad, however. Unfortunately, only 2 people can be fighting in this room at a time, and my pilot is not the best at combat. Luckily, it's no longer a 2v1. You should have repaired that, I forgot. Hopefully, I will do enough damage to dissuade them. You need to leave. In fact, I'm pulling you both out. Go ahead and heal. If they damage that, I'll be sad, but I'm about to do 8 damage to them, so I'm not all that sad. So they would like to surrender. 6 fuel? To never have to worry about fuel is nice, and I've been able to do that. I don't want the missiles, but everybody's healing. Because I don't have a pilot and I don't have this upgraded, I have 0 evasion right now. That is an important thing to note. If they don't really act intelligently in that sense, they don't pretend to know what I have in terms of subsystems. But that was a really good move by them in that they basically shanked my ability to dodge. Because right now my evade is 27%. If they fire a missile at me, I will evade it 27% of the time. I'm getting 10 from this, or from him. I'm getting 7 from him. That's interesting. I imagine I'll get up to 10 when he reaches level 2, and then I'm getting 10 from engines. I get 5 per shield there. So if I've got 2 maxed level guys, I get 20, and then if I max out this, I get 35. So your max dodge is 55%, which is pretty good if you think about it. I should probably upgrade my ship. It's expensive though. Let's just do that. 50. The most I can power is 3 more. And then these subsystems are all... We're in Mantis space. So now I can power everything. Granted, I won't be able to use this, but I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. My evasion is 42%. I'm really happy with that. I can get over here. Chances of me wanting to buy something at a store is going to be pretty slim at this point. You detect and retrieve an escape pod floating nearby. You consider returning spaceward when you learn it's Mantis. So my risk here is not getting anything, him possibly damaging me. Maybe he attacks. Demands to join your crew. Sweet. Alright, so we got another buddy to help defend. This I am okay with. I should be able to get to all 3 of these. Asteroid fields are no concern to me with 4 shields. And I have good evasion too. So he's got bombs and 2 laser drones. This could suck. This could hurt. But I'm going to target his shields first and hopefully manage to burn down some weapons. So 3 shots. He's never going to actually get through my shields. Did somebody just upgrade? Somebody just upgraded. Yeah, we're at 45% evasion. I don't know where that bomb is going. If I'm lucky... They both missed. So, shields are still up. I'm not going to be worried too much about my halberd beam. At this point, my halberd beam will deal... Yeah. Halberd beam, unnecessary. But you can see why Zoltan's are good, because he's adding 1 power to this, which hypothetically means that I can get to 1 more power than I would normally be able to get with a max upgraded ship. And when you reach the end, that's really nice. I'm going to aid the civilian ship that this Mantis vessel flashing past my view screen, weapons and engines at full, with a tiny blip on the sensor readout marks its quarry. I didn't transform that sentence properly. They don't have boarding. I don't care. They don't have... Okay, this could be an issue. That's annoying. But I'm going to rip them a new one the second that my weapons are up. Ah, so it did catch him. Oh well.
I don't think that caught it. So I know I'm going to hit that because the room's highlighted. You can't really trust the end point unless it's very obviously on it.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I love beam weapons. It doesn't even matter. If they only have one shield, either I miss like all of those or... yeah. The sector has become increasingly dangerous for friends of the Federation. I think my crew can patch up some of your hull damages, thanks. Cool, I think I only had like 1 damage on it, so... I mean, that's cool, I don't care. Help is help, man. I appreciate it. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. You spot a small rebel ship nearby. It seems to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. It does not seem to want to engage you and your ship. I will demand the surrender. You prepare to secure their cargo by force. But they're fleeing. So their FTL is slowly charged. I don't think it's worth me pulling up this. These charge so fast. I might not wait for my halberd beam. They have, yeah. Luckily, my 45% evasion. So their FTL is still charging. So this was risky. Because I didn't wait for my halberd beam, this shield's about to recharge. If it recharges before it starts hitting, then I'm in trouble. So I'm going to sweep it this way. It'll start here, so it'll possibly do 1 damage to the engine. If it's still not charged up by the time it hits the shield room, then it'll do no damage. If it's not charged up, then it will do damage. I'll get 1 damage in on the shield room, because there will still be just 1 shield, which might just knock it down enough that I can do full damage there. We'll see. Nope. Well timed by them. Luckily, I delayed their FTL. I'm gonna have to wait, and I think I'm gonna target their shields next. But I've got my halberd beam up, so the second it's up, I sweep, and they're dead. They did not want to surrender, but I get a small bomb, which could be useful. Actually, it will be. So, bombs, while they can miss... oh, never mind. It can damage systems and crew, but not the hull. So, I could use it to attack bombing or raiding parties on me. I can't actually damage a ship with it, but I can damage systems, which could be really useful for the final boss. So, I'm thinking I might switch it out for the Artemis for the final boss, if I manage to get the Artemis operational for the final boss. We'll see about that one. I would need 1 more power if I wanted to activate both defense drones. So I need another Zoltan, basically. Next sector is going to be the Mantis homeworlds. I don't have a choice. No choice at all. You've entered a poorly charted area of space. This is the same thing that it said before. So I only have 1 option. So might as well take it, right? I don't have anything to repair. There's a store. Why not? I'm pretty sure the one upgrade I like, it costs 120. So, the rebels are already here. The crew braces for impact, but none comes. The sensor reports unmanned rebel ship is malfunctioning and is stuck in bending mode. I'm okay with that. Yeah, but there's really nothing here for me. I don't need a beam weapon. I don't need another defense drone. I don't need a system repair drone. I don't need fuel. I guess I could use some drone parts. Don't have anything to sell. I could sell the Artemis or the small bomb, but I'm gonna wait. Well, might as well keep going. You never know. I mean, if I had found what I wanted, it would be awesome. You're hailed by a rebel ship. When the rebellion is complete, you'll see the safer world we provide. Well, you won't, but you get the point. They arm weapons. They have missiles, and they are teleporting in. I will send my Mantis up there because the Mantis does more damage. Now, the risk here is that they're targeting this, so my evasion is going to drop. In fact, my evasion is still only at... It dropped the 10 that it gets from him manning it. Even though he's in there, it still kind of counts. I guess he's trying to pilot the ship with a foot while he's punching somebody. I'd say it's a valiant effort. Unfortunately, there's going to be more missiles than my fence drone can stop, so I'm going to be targeting weapons. That said, my initial shot from this will be sweeping ridiculous, so they're already going to surrender. I don't need missiles. Oh my gosh, I have more missiles than I can count. I think I just punched my microphone, so I apologize. I have more missiles than I could ever need. Like, really, I have more missiles than I could ever need. I don't even think I'm going to need 20 fuel for the rest of this game, just from what I get. So I will not accept surrender. So their ship's on fire. Oh gosh. Flee! So they teleport back, which is fine for me. They don't have any weapons, so my evasion isn't actually a concern. The next time my halberd beam goes off, they're dead. Yay! 60 scrap. I still got missiles, though. So, this is great. 19% faster. I have no complaints about that. In fact, it's really funny. If you watch these bars down here, it's entertaining. Oh, I forgot. You can auto-fire stuff. I don't, because I think aiming it is much more important. But yeah, toggle to active deactivate weapons automatically firing. Yeah, so we jump. I'm thinking here, here, here I'll be able to deal with, and then I think from here I should be able to get to the exit if I want. I still think that I could take a rebel ship. Yep, another mantis shrimp. Mantis shrimp. Sorry. I'm gonna have to keep making excuses about how mantis shrimps are awesome and how these would be so much more intimidating. Maybe they are mantis shrimps instead of praying mantids. Anyway, we will aid the civilian ship. They have the power of teleportation, and in fact they will use it. Fight! So my Engis does less damage than a normal thing, but my Mantis does just fine. I've almost got halberd up. You two can retreat. Meanwhile, these will fire. I actually don't even have to worry about weapon systems, so let's just go straight for shields. While that is down, I will now do stupid amounts of damage. I think that hits all three. Indeed it does. So they're gonna punch my doors. I like how they have names. Matt and Aisha. And I can find that out. As you notice, this is the one that my Mantis was fighting. About 66 damage. The one that I was fighting, less than 30. So you can see how much the damage difference really is. And they teleport out. NG, please go repair. I really should just have him hang out there so he's always at full health. Finish them off with a halberd beam. 1 fuel, 1 drone, and 54 scrap. Ah, the crew did not survive the assault. I take what I can from the remains of the ship. Sorry guys, I wasn't fast enough. I'll jump there. Still hoping to find a good store. A man bursts out of the life pod. Oh, see, this is the bad thing. A man bursts out of the life pod screaming and claws his way into a corner. A rare survivor of Mantis captivity. Once calm, the survivor offers to join your crew for a time. Actually, I thought it was going to be bad. It was good. Hey, I found Matt. I killed a Matt. I'm sorry, Matt. There you are. So this is like my repair fighting battalion. Let's see. I'm going to go here because I know this isn't a store. Hopefully one of these will be a store. I've got a lot of scrap. I'm doing really well. Uh-oh. Who knows why the Mantis would venture so close to his sun? Perhaps it makes for more of a challenge. So what bad stuff here is we haven't actually had any fires on my ship, which is really nice. You've seen them on the enemy's ship. Where are you guys going to have to go? Fight! They do not have any missiles. So hopefully this 3v2 situation, where one does more damage, one does less, This is where things are going to get ugly, and in fact, I'm going to withdraw these guys. Because now there's going to be a solar flare, which is going to absolutely wreck my ship. And we luckily got the animation, or the sound, before the animation. This will probably destroy them. So bam, fires. So go help put out the fires. Fires basically just do damage to a ship, and in fact I can't use my halberd beam because it was on fire and damaged. He has a little bit of damage on him, I'll go heal him up. Another solar flare. So basically what this does is this incentivizes me to jump early. I could jump right now and escape. I would like to kill them and collect their scrap, but I'm going to have to instead deal with fire. And because my sensors are down, I can no longer see inside their ship. So 2 fuel, 1 missiles, and 1 scrap. I'm going to jump. I'm jumping to where there's probably a ship, which is unfortunate because I still have to... Ooh. So, I cross paths with a mantis ship, I almost said shrimp again, that looks to have had dozens of layers of armor plating added over what must have been a 100-year career. Its captain is legendary thief Kazakh Plethkilik. Your crew look frightened. I will attempt to hail him. Your Mantis crew member steps forward. He and Kazakh Plethkilik perform a weird kind of alien handshake. Weird kind of alien haka. I wanted to say handshake. You, meanwhile, charge the battle systems. So, hopefully these guys will repair this fast enough so I can see what they're doing. I'd like to have that out. You guys heal up. He'll be okay. I'm waiting for my halberd beam to charge before I fire. They've only got 2 shots in a beam. I'm not even worried. Means I should probably have targeted their shields to begin with, but hey. Now, there is a way to unlock a Mantis ship with this event. I don't remember what it is. Basically, I think he has to come over to my ship. I missed what I clicked. I don't even know what I got. I was trying to click to move him. Oh well. I don't know the conditions to exactly unlock it, unfortunately. Sure, I'm gonna jump here, and then I'll be able to jump to the exit next round. If not, I'm gonna have to fight some rebels, but I'm pretty sure that's within distance. Another unmanned ship patrols this area. You prepare the ship for combat. Uh-oh. Oh, and it's got cloaking. As you see, my weapons aren't charging. I'm putting out a defense drone. I see missiles. So I can't lock on to anything, and my missiles and my weapons aren't charging. That's what this is. Haha, got your missile. I think that's actually just a bigger missile that does more damage. I don't think it does. So, this is how I'm gonna play this. Oopsie. I keep hitting 2 instead of my halberd beam. So I've delayed their FTL, I managed to snag this, and I've also stopped their cloaking from going off. Easy peasy. Their ship breaks apart, and you feel relief in knowledge that you will hopefully still be 1 step ahead of the fleet. So I got some fuel. I'm just doing really well here. There's no stores. I'm not going to risk it. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. I would love to get a storage cache. We've seen this before. This is 6 shots and an ion, so I need to target weapons. And there's no point in me getting out defense drones, as my defense drones can't target lasers. So that's some ion damage that I'm gonna have to charge off, but this will still deal damage to that. So they only now have 3 shots and an ion shot, which isn't good for me either, but this is about to be back up, so I do okay. So if I'm fast, I can hit this. So I managed to plink the shields, which will hopefully help me. But I'm just going to be shooting barrages like this, and hopefully 3 damage will get through. Which is 50% of the shots. So I get 54 scrap. Huh. I find nothing useful. That is unfortunate, but I will jump to the next sector, which is the last stand. I've reached the last mission. And I haven't lost anybody, so no red shirts here. You arrive at the heart of the last Federation fleet. Your access codes get you past initial security and a direct feed to the capital ship's war room. Admiral Tully speaks first, saying, "What is the meaning of this? Who are you?" Your explanation is met with murmurs of cynicism and disbelief among the officers. General Terzil of the NG Brigade speaks up. Intel suggests potential counter to rebel technology. Risk all or save none. Explain the weakness of the enemy fleet, the rebel flagship. Tully responds, "It's settled. The rebels will be here in a matter of moments. We will do what we can to hold off their warships, but you must succeed in destroying this flagship. We will refuel your ship now, and our stations will offer help wherever possible. Good luck." So I get 10 fuel, not that I needed it. I've got a lot of good scrap. Base, repair. This is the rebel flagship. So if it gets in range of the base, much like Star Wars, it will just absolutely destroy this base, which is unfortunate. So I have to destroy the rebel flagship before it gets in range of the Federation base. If it gets too close, there will be no stopping it, and all will be lost, so engage it quickly. The locations flashing red will be fully under rebel control after you jump or wait. Repair stations will provide partial repair for free. So basically, right now none of these are under rebel control, but this one will be. And then when I go there, I would fight a ship like I normally would had the rebels caught me with those streaks. So I'm hoping to find a store, honestly, so I'm gonna jump this way. I don't even need repair. I'm just doing so well right now. Federation's ships are scarce in this region of space despite a number of civilian ship stations. You see a bomber squadron engaged with some Federation scouts and moving quickly to assist. Another cloak, one for 4 shots, a beam, and an ion. That is dangerous, but I can't stop it. Yes, that's some good damage. Fortunately, the beam weapon just can't hit us. It's another ion. I'm waiting. Come on, halberd beam. Got it. Okay. I'm worried about weapons, but I'm going to focus the shields because I can hit the weapons and the shields. I can just do good damage. That's just some solid damage. When you have all your stuff in one place, it's really dangerous. Luckily for them, they have cloaking, so I have to wait. I hate that my weapons don't charge during this time. And their weapons do. But they're missing one of their shots, so they don't get through. Halberd beam is almost operational. And it's gone. I didn't even have to pause that one. I knew I was going to take care of it. Missiles, drone parts, scrap. So this has been taken over. I'm just going to go here. I should have to begin with. I need to engage the Federation ship. It doesn't jump every time. It basically does it every other. So they repair me, they give me some stuff. So it's going to be flying here next time. So I'm going to jump here, and then I'm going to upgrade my ship after this fight. A few scattered heavy vessels are left to defend the nearby Federation settlement. They seem to be in the process of evacuation. Alright, time to upgrade. Bam. I'll only get 1 defense drone off this. I might just take it off of the medbay though. I might as well. Like, there's really not much that I can do right now. I mean, I can just upgrade tons of stuff. There's no purpose to me upgrading this. I'm not going to have the power to give it. I just won't. At most, I'll get 1 power to everything, 1 extra power. I mean, why not? I mean, right as there's a store. So it's going to fly here. I'm just going to fight it. Put power here. I want power into the defense drone, and I'll put 1 more into evasion. And hopefully that'll be enough to hold off against the number of missiles that it throws. So, this is it. This is the final boss fight. And this is the ship we get to fight. This thing is huge, it's insane. This is it, the Rebel flagship. If you are able to destroy this monstrosity, the Federation fleet will have a chance of surviving. There's no turning back. It has cloaking, it's annoying. So, quick summary of the ship, while I wait for its cloaking. It has 4 weapons right here that will just utterly annihilate you. These are 3 ion shots, 3 laser shots, beam shot, 3 missiles. It fires 3 missiles at a time. I absolutely have to annihilate this. All missiles that I have are heading there. Luckily, my evasion is so good. Oh, I forgot to put out a defense drone. That was unfortunate. Luckily, look at that. 3 ion shots are going to wreck me. Luckily, this won't be firing again. So I managed to cut all the way down through the shields. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to hit the shields. I'm not so much concerned about doing damage right now as making sure that it can't damage me, because this one really is a battle of attrition. And luckily for me, all my shields are back up. So the Artemis is going right here. My goal is actually to kill this guy, because if you kill people during this, well, I won't give it away. Oh, I missed. That's unfortunate. My halberd beam is almost up. I'm actually targeting people. In fact, this fire will kill him. And that fire will make sure that that doesn't... That's great. That was perfect. I've got so many missiles I can fire for days. I don't even care. I'll just keep firing missiles. So, I got it. I didn't even realize I was that close. But I only damaged this part of it. It jumps away. I get some fuel, I get some missiles, I get some scrap. And I'm going to go to my ship, and I'm going to switch out this with this. I'll explain why in a moment. So it's going to jump here. I'm going to hit the store. I'm hoping for an upgrade, something that I can use. Laser burst. Unfortunately, just energy crew. That's unfortunate. I'm never getting 2 defense drones out. Well, I might. Who knows? We'll see. I have the option to right now. I'm not going to waste that option. Sure, I could grab another crew member. It's not that important. Burst Laser 1 takes 2 power. So much worse than the Burst Laser 2s. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother. His name's Turing. I'll go for it. What am I going to do with him? Who knows, but... So I'm now going to jump and engage it. So now we're in the second tier of the fight. You chase down the flagship and discover it heavily damaged from the previous fight. Scans indicate that it has redirected considerable power to its drones. Get ready for a fight. So, it has drone power, and basically, it has some defense drones. It's got a defense drone. It's got some attack drones. I'm going to put out my defense drone. Defense drones can stop missiles, but they can't stop bombs. So basically, I'm just going to be sending bombs constantly at this, and then when everything is set up and ready, I will make an attempt to take out its shields and stuff. I've got enough to get rid of it, but I managed to get a bomb in. It did 2 damage. And part of what I was saying earlier about dealing damage to people is that if I damage a person, power surge detected. Okay, anyway, if you damage a person, if you kill a person, then they will not be back for the second round. So this is disabled, and I killed him, so there's nobody in there to fix it. Now this power surge means that they're going to send... I've got an intruder. But that power surge means that he's going to send just a bunch of drones at me. I don't have anything else to do with my smart bomb, so I'm just going to send it in at the shield. Good. Somebody just hit, yeah, second level on shields. Now the downside to these is that they come back fully healed. Oh boy. Repair. So, there was a breach. Matt's gonna have to wait. Good, I killed a guy. So another power surge. I'm actually doing stupidly well here, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, might as well target that. At this point, I'm pretty set. So, you go back out here, you go in there. Bam. I've got the second. Really good. I got some really good setup here in that I can puncture the shields, I can dodge most of their stuff, and also I can get through past the drones, and the halberd beam is just icing on the cake. So everybody's healed, which is great. This will be up to full oxygen in a bit. And basically now, it's jumping to the store, which is a little silly. So I think it's jumping to the store. It kind of, because it takes 2 turns, I'm not entirely sure where it is. So yeah, it's here. This is the final stage. You're not certain how it's able to keep fighting with the amount of damage it has sustained. It looks like it's transferred power to the teleporter as well, some kind of super weapon. Be prepared. This is it. So once again, this missile thing is operational, so I need a defense drone. I've got my anti-boarding crew ready. It has an overshield again, so I'm really just going to send everything at it, because I need to get through that. Smart bomb does not go through, but oh my. This is really dangerous and really bad, and it's going to do a lot of damage. I'm trying to decide. So these are fire resistant. This will lower my evasion by quite a bit. So the halberd beam is up. So it just shoots a lot all of a sudden. He's going to be fixing that oxygen, which is needed. This oxygen is draining, so this fire will go out by itself. Ouch. So door control is down, which is bad, because it means that I no longer have control over these doors. These doors are no longer as resilient. My halberd beam is up, however. And I did manage to hit the shields. So these fires are going out, as you can see. Send a smart bomb at the missiles. I did not put up a defense. My defense drone was destroyed. That was bad. That's why that happened. So we're about to get a bunch of weapons fired at us. But all the fires are out. So I'm going to close all the doors. I'm going to have to look at all. So my hull reached 75%. I think that's the first time no, I reached that low before. So I've got all my weapons. So we're going to start with the smart bomb. It landed. My engines are pretty damaged. Hopefully this works. Alright, we've got some damage on that. These guys are repairing. In fact, you guys go repair this right now. While he's repairing the oxygen. Intruders detected. That's bad for them. So, they're gonna head there. He's gonna head back here. I have a smart bomb available again, as well as this. I'm just unloading now. At this point, look at how many of them just died. Unfortunately, my bomb missed, but I've succeeded. He's dying from lack of oxygen. I've unlocked the Federation cruiser. Thanks to the valiant effort of the Kestrel, I should have named it something funny, and her successful crew, pilot, gunner, shields, oh, I can't read them all. The rebel flagship was destroyed, throwing their fleet into chaos and ensuring a Federation victory. So, that's FTL. Honestly, it was really lucky that I managed to defeat Defeated on my first try. I continue to say that. I said it with Binding of Isaac the first few times that I managed to beat it right off the bat. And, I mean, I guess I really haven't said it with Rogue Legacy because you can't beat the game on your first try. I mean, I guess if you were really, really, really good, you could. But, in this case, I don't think it's possible. FTL, I wasn't expecting to beat it on the first try. Yeah, I did it on easy. Yeah, keep that in mind. And I'm also pretty good at min-maxing this as I've played it a decent bit. You know, there was supposedly a free update, so I didn't feel like I saw any new stuff, to be honest. I didn't look at anything and say I didn't know I could do that. I'll double check into it, but I'm pretty sure that there was a free update. I remember seeing the website and going, hey, that's new. I don't know. We'll see. I will double check into that. I will make sure that I don't actually have to like opt in for it on Steam, since I own this through Steam. And hopefully next time I'll be able to give you an answer on that. But I'll look at my stats at the end of this. I didn't try to skip this. Oh, you can. Okay. Congratulations, you've defeated the Federal flagship and ensured the victory of the Federation. My score was 3,577. Honestly, I have no idea how they calculated that. I have absolutely no idea. I think it's from this. Okay, so there you go. Most ships defeated, 34. Most beacons explored, 86. Most scrap collected, 2,000. So that's pretty good. I had 8 crew, which is the most that I could have. That's kind of why I bought the last guy. I was like, I can afford it. Why not? So we'll see. Most repairs, Zin, he repaired a lot of stuff. Gunner had the most combat kills. Most piloted evasions. See, look at that. That is work. That is work right there. And they gave the tiebreaker to most jumps survived to pilot. And he had the most skill masteries. They gave the tiebreaker to him too. I wonder why. Probably because he was the first pilot. Like, he was the first slot on the ship. The first person they named was pilot, so. Overall, not bad. Maybe if you sum these, you get this. Yeah, no, that doesn't look like it, because there's not 1,500 in these other stats. I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure there's an explanation. But the Kestrel, achievements I got to Sector 5. It tells you what it unlocked it on. So, you can't just unlock them all on easy and be like, hey guys, I got everything, because they'll just mouse over it and be like, you got this on easy. Let's see. There is a Federation Victory normal. Unlock every playable ship. Collect 10,000 scrap across all games, so that would basically be 5 games that went this well. Defeat 1,000 ships across all playthroughs. That's about 10, 15 of these games. Because I defeated a lot of ships. 88 was it, I thought? But, yeah. Oh, never mind. 34. Those beacons explored was 86. 34, so that's a lot. That is a lot of playthroughs. That's like 30 playthroughs. Hey, still, that's nothing to sneeze at. Get to Sector 5 without firing a shot, using an offensive drone or teleporting. So basically just run for your life. That's kind of what that means. Charge up your FTL, build up your shields really fast, and just go. I don't need no stinking upgrades. Get to Sector 5 with no system or reactor upgrades. That's probably not too bad. You basically just have to aim for these. Get to Sector 5 without repairing at a store. That probably shouldn't be too hard. On easy, anyway. Get to Sector 8 without using missiles or bombs. Interesting. Technophobia, get to Sector 8 without using drones. That's not impossible. Missile defense drones are really nice, but you don't always get them. You don't always have the option to pick them up. Sometimes you're just strapped for cash. Sometimes you just don't have the option at stores. It's very possible. Living off the land, get to Sector 8 without buying at a store. Repairs are okay. So you can repair at a store, but you can't buy anything else from them. You could sell, though. Not that you'd have a point to selling. Get to Sector 8 without losing a crew member. I managed to do that. Obviously, this is a Star Trek reference, but still, no red shirts. Fantastic achievement name. But yeah, most of these you have to aim for. This one I wasn't aiming for, and I got it. I think that's the only one you don't have to aim for, because each one of these are don't do something, and not using missiles happens a lot. With the Kestrel, they start you with a missile launcher. With the NG ship, they start you with a drone. So, I don't know. Some people just like to watch ships burn. Have every square of an enemy ship on fire simultaneously. There's another way of... There's a way of doing that that's really fun. There is a weapon called the Fire Beam. It does 0 damage, but it just lights everything ablaze. That's just hard to do because their ship is probably dead by that point. So... Astronomically low odds. Fail to evade 5 shots in a row with a fully powered and upgraded engine. That's hard. It's like a 60% chance. So if... Well, I suppose if you were to not put a pilot in the cockpit, you would be able to miss it. But boarding objective successful. Have a single boarding drone kill 4 crew members on one ship. Yeah, that would be impressive. Right at the very end, in the final boss fight, the one thing that I defeated, it wasn't in any specific room. It was just kind of between the shields and the weapons. That was a boarding drone. It actually looks like a robot. It's the one that made a void in the ship. It punctured a hole in my ship. Because it gets fired at your ship like a missile instead of being teleported. Either way, that one's not terribly difficult, assuming that your opponent is dumb enough to run... You know, if you manage to damage the medbay, I can see that happening. And then, they never saw it coming. Use the weapon pre-igniter augmentation to destroy an enemy ship in one volley before the enemy can get a single shot off. That is the upgrade I'm talking about. The pre-igniter. You jump in, your weapons are immediately available. So basically the achievement is buy this and have enough weapons to annihilate something. Which is not all that hard once you have it. Trustworthy autopilot. Defeat an enemy ship with all of your crew aboard it. Otherwise known as the suicide attempt. Basically, you have to go for this one. You have to buy a teleporter as fast as you possibly can. Get all your people over to the other ship. Kill everybody on that ship. And, yeah, jump back. If you're actually, like, destroying stuff with weapons, which you can do while all your crew members are over on the other ship, then you will lose the game. However, if you defeat them by killing everybody on their ship, which is a viable win condition, then you'll teleport back. Slice and dice. Hit every room of a ship with at least 1 beam in under 5 seconds. Yeah. That takes a small ship and a lot of beam weapons, and no shields. Victory through asphyxiation. Empty the oxygen. Net level less than 5% of a non-automated hostile enemy ship. Yeah, that one's tough. That basically means you put a hole, you rupture their hull, and you let them bleed out. That's tough. So, also, for every ship, there is a set of 3 achievements. Have 6 unique aliens on Kestrel Cruiser simultaneously. Have every system and subsystem installed on the Kestrel Cruiser at one time. That means like the teleporter, cloaking, stuff like that. Tough little ship. As the Kestrel Cruiser, repair back to full health when it only has 1 HP remaining. If you're having a bad run, you could get this one. Basically, if you unlock 2 of these 3 achievements, you get the Type B of the ship. So, I haven't played any of those ships, so you don't get to look at them. Oopsie. So I closed the game. I hit quit. Which is bad of me. But I think that's a good place to end the episode. Because it's already been a very long episode. I'll load back in just for you guys. Just so that we've got the nice background music while I outro my video. It's been an awesome almost 2.5 hour run of FTL. Not all FTL runs have to be this long. A lot of them tend to be if you try and min-max like I do. But not always. I mean, if you die, it's obviously going to be shorter. I've had them go as fast as about an hour and still managing to win. I got some really lucky drops on events, and then you can just kind of go nuts. But if you want to get a lot of scrap and upgrade your ship, I mean, I had like 300 extra scrap that I just poured into my ship for no reason. But overall, it was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something. There's not as much to teach about FTL as there is in something like Binding of Isaac or even Rogue Legacy. There's definitely less to be learned in FTL. It's a lot of randomness, but that's what makes it hard. That's what makes it fun. It's all about decision making, when to make the right choice, when to do different stuff. I find it to be a really fun game. The only downsides that I've found with it are long games. As I said, 2 hours isn't uncommon. It's possible to go faster, but it's still uncommon, I think, to go faster than that. It gets a little repetitive. Hopefully the new content, I'll verify if that is the thing, if I need to update through Steam or something, but hopefully the new content adds some more onto it. And as you unlock more ships, you do get a little bit more variety. Overall, I prefer the Kestrel, the base ship that you get, over anything else, but I find that the other ships are still worth playing. The biggest downside to FTL is that no matter what you do, you always have to defeat that final ship. The final boss is always the final boss. If you choose to go a stealth route, you can't, like, sneak away, because it's going for your base. So, overall, really good game. I highly recommend it, and I mean, I can't, as I said, those are like the only negative things I can say about it. It's still really hard. I'm probably going to start playing on normal from here on out, just so that I don't absolutely crush, because that was a really good run. Normal will kick my butt. I'll definitely do normal on my next episode, and based on how that goes, we'll see. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, please like, favorite the video, leave a comment down below about what you enjoyed, and if you're liking what you see, please subscribe. I'm planning on playing even more roguelikes, and obviously still releasing some other series. This is just my first episode of FTL, and I'll be honest, I can't wait to do another one. So I will see you guys next time.